Shemai GTA chums, this is another top 5 video all about the best airplanes in the entire game. So we're going to do a little bit of combat, a little bit of bombing runs, and we're going to go through the best of the best. Crack on, lads. To start things off at number 5 we have the Rogue, which is a propeller plane. It's pretty damn quick though for a propeller and faster than some of the jets. It's got some missiles, the usual homing missiles, so there we go. We've also got the bombs as well, so open the bomb bay doors, bombing camera, and we can drop a load of bombs on people. And also we have the pièce de résistance, which is the explosive minigun, which is an excellent little piece of kit. It doesn't have the same rate of fire as things like the Hydra and laser, so it's more difficult to get stuff on target, but there we go, we nailed one of them. So it's a good dogfighter. Some people argue it's one of the best dogfighters as well. Personally, I've not had that experience, but I can see how people can win at dogfights. It is a very good vehicle, and for the price as well, 1.2 to 1.5 million, it's the cheapest in this list and certainly an essential that you should purchase immediately. So that is number 5. In at number 4 we have the Hydra, which is based on the Harrier jump jet, the UK plane, and it has its explosive cannon, which makes it absolutely lethal. So I'll show you on this bridge here what it can do. It's a great ground attack aircraft, and we go into VTOL mode by pressing and holding G, which is the landing gear button, and we can blow some stuff up if we so fancy it. Now this has an extremely high rate of fire with the explosive cannon, which is something that you will benefit from. It's having a little cough there. I mean, look at that, it's amazing. It's quite ironic how it's not really a dedicated ground attack aircraft, and yet it does so well at blowing stuff up. So you can do missions, and the VTOL makes it very easy to land. You can get around the map quite quickly. It is quite a quick aircraft, but it does take a while to get up to speed. But what a beast. It absolutely destroys stuff. So let's just get back into out of VTOL mode. Price wise it's 4.7 million, quite expensive. You also have the laser for 6.5 million, I think. And they're both excellent aircraft, which is why collectively they're at number 4 really, but the laser's more expensive, therefore the Hydra is the better one to purchase. However, if you go to Fort Sancudo, you can get the laser for free, because it's right there down below, if I can see it, which I can't. Next. In at number 3 is the B11. This is like the big brother to the Rogue in a way, because it carries a hell of a lot of ordnance, and for the money you get a lot of weaponry. It costs you 3.8 million and it's worth it. But not only does it have bombs, it has the missile barrage. Just like the AH Hunter, the missile barrage will fire off loads of missiles from its canister, but you need to press and hold it, because if you have any left over in the canister, they will not fire, and they'll fire the next time around. You'll just be firing one missile. What else has it got? So you got the explosive MGs, miniguns, so again it's an explosive round, but it's, despite the sound, it's all about the experience on this, because it goes bird. Pretty difficult to get your targets, because for some reason the fire rate is extremely slow, not as good as the laser or the Hydra whatsoever. So ironically not as good at ground attack from that perspective. I'd always probably use the missile barrage for ground attack if I really want to get somebody killed, but it's good for griefing people in the way of when you don't want to kill them. What this aircraft excels at though is air-to-air combat, because once you get to maze bank height, now when you're at surface level it is extremely slow, but when you get high at altitude you'll find that it goes a lot faster in a straight line, and it will maneuver a lot better, and it can take a lot more damage than most aircraft. So it can take a few missiles, and before the engine starts smoking, and a few explosive rounds. But for 3.8 million it's pretty damn good value. Great aircraft, and one of the best dogfighters, but I don't think it's the best dogfighter though. In at number 2 we have the LF-22 Starling. Now this is a bit of an odd one because it does this. It's a rocket plane. It's based on the Messerschmitt 163 Comet, a German plane from World War II. And it's like, they call it, I suppose it's a rocket glider. And it killed many of its pilots and test pilots when it was being developed and when it was being analysed after the war. But it didn't kill Eric Winkle Brown. However, the reason why it's number 2 is perhaps because it's good value, 2.7 to 3.6 million, but mainly because it's probably the best dogfighter in the entire game. The only thing that lets it down a little bit is the pop guns. The machine gun, great rate of fire, but the damage is not great. However, if they can't hit you, damage, you know, you will smash them out eventually. What I find it's very good at as well is ground combat, because it's so damned small. It's hard to hit. Now you've got missiles. You've got 2 options with ground combat. So you've got that great turning circle as well. I didn't talk about that too much. Just do not boost while you're going in a circle, because that will not help you when you're dogfighting. Anyway, I'm not going to do a guide video on how to dogfight, but ground targets. So 2 options. So we can travel at the surface, look for a person, which can be foot traffic. It can be anything, and just fire at them. Bear in mind that the left and right pylons will land your missiles on a different side to the person, so you need to bear that in mind when you're making your calculations. Now press and hold E, and even better than that, you have some bombs. Now I like bombs because you just fire down and you just crack on. Hopefully that's blown up that camper van. Nice. Bye bye camper van. I've still got the skills. I've not flown this in ages, and that's why it's number 2. It's such a great and rewarding plane. However, it is difficult to fly, and it's even more difficult to land. Unlike the other aircraft, which are relatively simple. Watch this for a landing. You need to flare it. So watch it. It kind of bumps. So what you need to do is kind of do like a flare, which I didn't do very well there. But that is number 2. The Messerschmitt Comet. What an aircraft. In at number 1 is the F-35 of GTA, also known as the Raiju, which costs the most expensive plane in the game, 6.8 million. However, it does VTOL, and if you press and hold G, the landing gear button, you get into normal mode. It's a very good dogfighter, as well as being the VTOL stealth champion of the game. Especially when you're at altitude, it'll go extremely fast. So I'll show you the missiles, and we'll start to catch up with those. Look at that. We'll probably blow ourselves up in a minute because it's that quick. Very quick plane, the quickest plane in the entire game, therefore are the best. Also, you can do stealth mode. So if we press, let's get back out on the explosive minigun, mini cannon, whatever you call it. Press H button, which is the lights button, I think. That puts away your weapons, gives it that better radar cross section to make it into stealth mode. You're off the radar now, so get behind your aircraft and then press H again, and then boom shanker, you've blown them up. You can blow up most aircraft pretty damn quick. The laser and the Hydra especially, laser griefers get destroyed really easily. However, the B-11 takes a few shots, and sometimes you can get unlucky, but most of the time I've got the better of the B-11s. But one B-11 got the better of me the other day, but I still ejected before they got the kill, but they did beat me obviously. Now if you press and hold G, I'll show you what else you want to use it for, which is the kind of missions. So it's very good at using the VTOL and the explosive cannon for getting ground traffic, things like cars, foot soldiers, that kind of thing, and it can make mincemeat in them, even with that slow rate of fire, which doesn't matter at this point because you're on target for so long that you should get most people and vehicles. So it's an amazing piece of kit. It's a shame it doesn't have more ordnance, but obviously you can't make it overkill. Oh, there's one of those Sand Kings that you want to get for free, so steal one of those, don't blow them up. Great cars, great off-roaders. And this is a great aircraft, and it's an essential in the game. Get the discount by all means by getting the Avenger and getting the the Avenger terminal, but purchase this at some point in your GTA gameplay because it is going to add so much value. It's a very easy aircraft to fly, handling is great. It does have some nuances where if you turn in it jiggles around a bit. We'll try shooting our helicopter here and we might just fail. We might just fail at this and it might be the end of the video right there. Come on, chum. So if we turn in on this helicopter, another problem is those damn helicopters, when you're turning in, they get right behind you and right up you, which is a bit annoying. Could get into VTOL and blow them up that way, but I'm not going to. See that? The rate of fire is your biggest nightmare with this aircraft, because our time on target is very minimal, which means you need to get into VTOL mode to do it justice. And then they're shooting you and trying to blow you up. So these are helicopters. Helicopters are a nightmare to kind of kill with this, and you need to get lucky, I think, with the shots. So look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. There we go, there we go. So I hope you found that useful. Do drop a like and subscribe if you did, and any comments, any corrections, any disagreements, what do you think is the best aircraft in the game and why? Drop it down below. But thank you very much for tuning in and have a most excellent day if you're playing Das GTA.